will understand about the Regula-Falsi method. This method is also known as method of false position, because in this method we starts from the chord and we move towards the curve. This method is similar to the method that we have discussed in previous video, that is bisection method. In that also we were trying to find the approximation of a root. Here also we will use more or less, this is similar to bisection method. So this video basically covers the basic principle of Regula-Falsi method, and then we will see its example. So let us see. So first of all, we can say this is oldest method of finding the real root of equation. Like this is fx equals to x. So this is a very popular and old method to find the real root of the equation. It is closely resembles the bisection method, because in this also in the starting we take 2 points. Like in bisection method we were taking the 2 points, that was A and B, and then we were bisecting that interval, and after that we were finding the approximation. In this also we will take 2 points, 2 values. Like here we will take 2 values x0 and x1. These are selected, these are chosen such that fx0 and fx1 it should be positive and negative, or this may be negative and positive. So the value, or we can say the selection of x0 and x1 will depend on the sign of fx0 and fx1. So as soon as we get the opposite signs, then we will select x0 and x1. That is to say, the graph will cross the x-axis between x0 and x1, or we can say the ultimate root will lie between these two values. This is x0 and x1. From here we will start, or we can say it means the root lies between x0 and x1. Now as we can see in this graph, the equation of the chord AB, this is the chord, this AB, because in the starting we have taken the 2 values x0 and x1. For x0 we have calculated this fx0, so this is point A, and for this x1 we have calculated fx1, this is point B, and this is the chord. So the equation of this chord will be, it is given by, so we can say the equation of the chord AB between 2 points, that is A and B, it is given as y minus fx0 equals to fx1 minus fx0 divided by x1 minus x0 into x minus x0. Here we are not going in the detail of mathematics, rather here we are using the straightforward formula for this. It is to be noted here that the curve AB is replaced by the chord AB. Here this curve is replaced by this chord, and point of intersection of the chord with x-axis is approximation to the root. So the approximation that we want to find out, this is nothing but this is the intersection. This chord is intersecting this x-axis at this point, and this is x2. So this is our approximation. So in this way we will proceed further. So first we will find the approximation, that is x2, and then we will find the x3 and so on, and ultimately we will reach here the final solution. So now let us see. So the abscissa of the point where the chord AB cuts at this point, the abscissa of the point where the chord AB cuts the x-axis, that is to say here y will be 0. So y is 0 here, it will be, now because y is 0, so we will put y equals to 0 in this equation. Let us say this is equation number 1. So it gives 0 minus fx 0 equals to fx 1 minus fx 0 fx 0 divided by x1 minus x0 into x minus x0. So here y equals to 0. Now it gives, if we simplify it, then we can say this is multiplied by this is cross multiplication. So this will be fx0 into x1 minus x0 and this will be divided, this will divide it. So ultimately we can say this will be x equals to x0 minus x1 minus x0 divided by fx1 minus fx0 into fx0. So this is the simple version of this equation, and because we know that this chord AB is cutting at this particular point, this is x2, so we can say the x2 will be, x2 is x0 minus x1 minus x0 divided by fx1 minus fx0 into fx0. So this is the required root or the required approximation of the root. So we can say this is the required approximation to find the root. So as soon as we find the value of x2, and then we will proceed for x3. So after finding this value, that this x2 is, this is equals to x0 minus x1 minus x0 and divided by fx1 minus fx0 into fx0, then we will find fx2. Then on the basis of the sign of fx2, again we will see whether we have to go further or not. So after finding the x2 and after finding its sign, that is fx2, then we will find the next approximation, that will be x3. So we will find x3 and then, so you can see that this will be x3. So this is also the, and then we will write the equation of this chord. Let us say this is, let us say we can say this is C. So we will write the equation for this chord AC, which will cut this x-axis at x3. So in this way we will proceed further, then we will find x4 and so on until we get the final root. So this is the basic principle of Regular-Falsy method. This is also known as method of false position. Method of false position. Now we will see its example, and with the help of the example we will see how it works. So let us see. So now we will see the example of Regular-Falsy method. So in this example we have to find the real root of the equation, that is x cube minus 2x minus 5 equals to 0 by the method of false position, correct to 3 decimal places. So in this equation we will apply the Regular-Falsy method and then we will find the root, the method that we have discussed. So that is also the method of false position. So we will start from here. Let the equation be, this is x cube minus 2x minus 5. Now we will check for some values, like first we will check it for 1, we will put 1 and we will check its sign. and then we will put 2, and for that 2 we will calculate the value of that is like here we are calculating f2. So f2 as soon as we are putting the value of x is 2, we are getting a negative sign, and for this x equals to 3 we are getting a positive sign. So f2, because f2 is -1 and f3 is 16. So from here we can interpret, because we are getting two alternative sign, two opposite signs, so that we can say these are the opposite signs for f1, f2 and f3, that is -1 and 16. So we can say root lies between 2 and 3. So root will lie between 2 and 3. So the value of x0 will be, this is 2, and this x1 is, this will be 3. So here also we can say this x0 is 2 and x1 is 3. Now after saying that these are the two initial values, that is x0 and x1, now we will calculate fx0. So fx0 we will put the value of this 2 and we will find. So this fx0 comes out to be, this will be -1. Then fx1 we will put the value of this x1 3 here and we will get 16. So this is -1 and this is 16. Now applying method of false position for x2. Now after calculating, because now we are having the value of x0, x1 and fx0 and fx1. So now we can straightforward, we can use the formula of regular falsy method. So as we know, we have already discussed, this formula is, this is x2 equals to x0 minus x1 minus x0 divided by fx1 minus fx0 into fx0. Let us say this is equation number 1. So now this is the approximation. So after applying this method of false position, we can find the approximation, that is the first approximation, and we are saying this is x2. So x2 is this. Now what we will do, we will straightforward, we will put all these values here and it comes out to be, the value of x2 comes, this is 2.0588. Now what we will do, after finding this approximation, we will put, or we will find fx2. So fx2 will be, this is 2.0588. So we will put this value in this equation. So it will be 2.0588 cube minus 2x. So this will be minus 2 into 2.0588 minus 5. It comes out to be minus 0.3908. Now here it is to be noted, because at fx2 we are getting a minus sign and at fx1 we were having the sign that was positive. It means the next approximation that will lie between this and this value. It means we can say the root lies between 2.0588 and 3, because we are getting opposite signs, because we are getting opposite signs. So the root lies between 2.0588 and 3. For the next approximation, what we will do, that is to say for x3, now we will calculate the value of x0 and x1. Now these values are changed for the next approximation. Now this x0 is 2.0588 and the value of x1 is 3. So because x0 is 2.0588, we will find out fx0. We will put this value in this equation and we can find the value of fx0. So this will be minus 0.3908. Similarly, because x1 is 3, so we can find the value of fx1. We will put the value of x1, this is 3 here, and we will get this fx1 16. Therefore we can say, now what we will do, we will straightforward put these values in this formula this is the formula. So earlier we were having this x0, x1. So these x0 and x1 are now 2.0588 and 3. So we will put these values. This is x0 and this is x1 minus x0 and this is x1 minus this is fx1 minus fx0 and this is fx0. So we will put these values. So it comes out to be, the value of x3 is 2.0813. So this is the next approximation. So what we will do, we will repeat this process, means in the next we will find the value of x4, then x5, then x6, x7 and so on up to until we get the final value of the root. So repeating this process, the successive approximations can be given as, the next approximation will be x4. For x4, the value of x0 and x1 will be changed. So we will calculate the value of x4 by using this formula, this formula that is given in 1. So it comes out to be 2.0862. Then after finding the x4, again we will check the signs, and after that we will find this x5. So this x5 comes out to be 2.0915, and then x6, this is 2.0934, and the next approximation, that is x7, this x7 is 2.0941 and x8 is 2.0943. So here we can say, because the value of these values we can say almost same, so we can say the root is 2.094, correct to 3 decimal places. So here we can see that like this x1 and x7, they are almost same, because we have to see the value up to 3 decimal places, and these two values are almost same, like x7 is 2.0941 and x8 is 2.0943. So if we consider the values up to 3 decimal places, these are same, so the final root will be 2.094. So in this video we have seen what is the basic principle of the regular falsi method, and we have applied this in one example. So I hope that you would be definitely benefited from this video. Thank you.